Jim's night out. On a sparkling crisp Friday morning, Jimmy had to work in a town where he was born in. At Jim's workplace there's fat cats and bossy twats, and skiving slanty slopey nips always snoring. But while he's working there, Jim's wallet's not bare, at least he's small-time earning, but hoping that his everyday answer-searching yearnings just around the next corner he's turning. Jim skived on the job for 2 full months, but done 10 months hard previous serving. Daft bosses think Jim's dong-ding and he's just having some difficulty learning. It's not that Jim's job is tough or too hard. The work's just piss, such a dull facade. On your birthday, but not for Christmas, if you're lucky they'll send you a card. Jim's work's too tedious, like waiting for a bus. Jim must cuss the pointless fuss over such meaningless uselessness. Jim says, where the fuck on earth would this crap be carted? Get the time-killing shit right out here, red-carded. But now Jim's call is to forget it all, to get his priorities right. Hold tight. Get to a place where he can scream and shout because he's going to have his big disco night out. Work was well wank, and Jim's sanity sure sank to the soles of his clerk's footwear. He couldn't wait, it wasn't late, before Jim cut loose from there, but nervous to face he was going someplace where he would simply just not care, not fair. When he arrived he was out of his tup on some drugs he'd wished he'd never took. Long wait in the queue, sod always knew, now he couldn't wait to get in for a good look. But Jim didn't know the disco would start slow, then suddenly get violently shook, causing Jim's brain to bubble, boil, burn, frazzle and cook. Misjudging his own headstrongness, his brain durability he strongly mistook, only to get paranoia in a sweat, with a head like a burning book. Jim bought many a bottle of water in the foolish fun dance silly slaughter, but gave most of it away, I say, like a simple disco water porter. The water was now special, but so costly at £1.20p, 12 times the fucking price it's supposed to around here be. But after drinking 3 or 4 special vat, and acting like a total complete utter twat, he sat next to a stranger by the bin, who motioned to his pal, slicing Jim's skin. Was he Ho Chi Minh? It was at that peculiar moment of sin, when Jim's full pressure paranoia kicked in. Then poor Jim dropped only downhill without a nurse. He sadly got worse and worse, getting in every fucker's way, falling forward, sideways, diagonal and reverse. Something made Jim think hearse with a paranoia bloomer's curse. He even somehow deceived people, make them think he liked to carry a purse. Dancing under scrutiny, Jim's muscles turned against him, and what's more, before, he was all for and knew the scores on the woes of discoing. But Jimmy forgot, probably from smoking pot, how high he'd held his chin up before any glimmer of being headshot. It's a fast life deep inside the discotheque. Next time it won't be Jim's brain that gets pecked. He's learnt, but with all this big disco neglect, Jim's confidence could forever have been wrecked. But now Jim's call is to forget it all, to get his priorities right, hold tight, to get to a place where he can scream and shout he's going to have his big disco night out. To get his priorities right, hold tighter, but they turned out twisted about. 'Twill be a while before Jim has another go at a big disco night out.